Let's kick it. Let's just kick it. Let's kick it. I gotta look at some of these videos myself, see how they turn out. I didn't watch them through the camera.
Want to know why I choose Robinhood Gold for managing my money? Check out this APY on uninvested cash. With Robinhood Gold, you get is usually you get punished.
Hey Stephanie, how you doing? Yeah, I believe that. I can't count on them for anything. How you doing? How's it? How you been doing? You been kicking it? Yeah, I think I uploaded too many videos. Hell, I don't know. Who cares? Oh, okay. Oh, all right. But that tire you out? Hey Becca, how you doing? It's gonna rain all night tonight. Let me get a bottle of water out here. Taking these amoxicillin. Cause you just gotta kick it. Had a good time at that mineral show. Made a good contact. Been kicking it, partying. I'm good. Just went and got a little snack. Messing around with my new camera. Testing it. I'll look at it when I go to bed. See if I can tell any difference. Hey Pug, how you doing? How's it going? I'm just kicking it. Well, it was supposed to rain all day today, and it didn't, so not bad. I had a hard time signing on, actually. But I leave this on. I never shut it off, and that seems to matter sometimes. I don't know why it would, but I do have a cloud video. I didn't do it because I wanted to get on here and do this. Just be kicking it. Should be getting a full moon here in a few days. I hope so. Looks like it's going to be clear, but you never know. I really want to try out this low light capability in this camera. They're going to call me tomorrow. I don't think I'll get it done tomorrow, but this amoxicillin started working last night. It feels a lot better, but I definitely got it taken out. I felt a lot better today. I think I've had this for a while. I water pick, brush my teeth twice a day, floss, electric toothbrush, good toothpaste. I don't know. I don't know what caused it to happen this late. But I'll be glad to get it out of the way. I grind my teeth back there too, so actually I'm kind of looking forward to getting it taken out. Once in a while, my bottom tooth will hurt, not the top, the one I'm getting taken out. Now, this dentist is all for taking out molars when you're young. I've read conflicting reports on that before. She told me that jaws and heads in the last 50 years have been getting smaller, while the teeth have stayed the same size. I got to go to an oral surgeon. Oh, okay, gotcha. Oh, this is actually a wisdom tooth, actually. Yeah. Tear it out. Wipe it out. As long as it doesn't affect me eating out all the time. Yeah, I'm starting to like downtown Augusta a lot better. Well, it's cool down there. They got a lot of cool places. Oh, no kidding, huh? Wow, yeah, I don't blame you for getting it done. Huh. Yeah, I definitely had a toothache. Getting worse. Was getting worse. I'm not going to stay on here too long tonight because I want to try and get up early tomorrow. Vultures are doing well. Oh, I bet it was, yeah. Well, that inflammation can cause all sorts of other problems, heart attacks, strokes, you name it. Yeah, no matter where you get it, it becomes systemic. You can actually have a tooth infection past the blood-brain barrier. I mean, people die from it. Trees are really blooming down here. Yeah, that's true. It can spread. Yeah, systemic. Yeah. Wow. Endocarditis, you're right. Yeah, that's true. I'm not sure. I think you can get myocarditis too, can't you? Yeah, no, it's expensive. They say try to keep your teeth no matter what, but not under these circumstances. Yeah, I hope I get in early this week. It's not hurting like it did, so it's not as urgent as it was. Yeah. Yeah, gotten worse. Yep. I have a dentist, but I don't have anybody who can pull this tooth out. They put a referral in. They should call me tomorrow. They said if I don't hear from them, I have to call them. They have 2 locations. I'm going to go to the Athens one. Just pull it out. I'm going to get nitrous. Yeah. Yep. I love my dentist. She's really a sweetheart. She's German. Was raised in France. Bunch of nice assistants, secretary. I like them all. I like going there. No problems. Yeah, they get some of the worst ratings in the country. I've read article after article about what a bunch of ripoffs they are. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Athens, Georgia. Yep. I go up there a lot anyway. It didn't affect you one bit? Yeah, my mom was like that too. Never got any pain medications. Aspen Dental. Yeah, they get a lot of critics. They say they're always talking you into stuff you really don't need. He said, I was reading an article the other day. It said if they try and talk you into this medicated toothpaste and bite guards, there's a better chance than not they're rip-off dentists. I don't know if that's true or not. Wow. Yeah, my mom was like that. Yep. Never got. I'm real pussy when it comes to pain. Stephanie's going to find that out when we handcuff each other. Oh, affordable dental. Oh, okay. I think it costs like $600 or something like that. Fine with me. Oh, Sensodyne? Yeah, I don't really have sensitive teeth. Yeah, you can get this prescription one. It's like $20 a tube from the dentist. I know I grind my teeth at night, which is not good, but I don't like having something in my mouth. I don't know. Fuck. I need my teeth for about another 10, 15 years. Yeah, cold beverages. Yeah, drink a Slurpee too fast. It hurts. Yeah, I know. Yeah, Stephanie's going to find out about that too. Stephanie, she under this new administration, she's going to be able to get new teeth. Yep. And her Social Security is going to be better. See, the Trump made the country great again for her so far. She's in Washington, Seattle, Washington. Yeah. Yeah, she's in Seattle, Washington. Yep. She babysits her niece and nephew a lot. Boy, the trees down here are blooming really look beautiful. It's a nice day Saturday in Augusta. $48 degrees right now. Hey, did you check out any of my new camera videos? I'm going to look at them when I go to bed, see if they look better or how the sound is. It's the first time I've used it, charged up the batteries and stuff. It's nice so far. It's the same thing as GoPro. I mean, it seems nicer than a GoPro, really. You can put it underwater, all those things, time lapse, good night light sensitivity, low light, stars, stuff like that. And dry it out. All these action cameras are kind of basically the same technology, just different designs. It's like toasters or electric toothbrushes or anything. Yeah, Marty watches that all the time. Is that the one where they were under snow the other day? This mother had snow all over it. Yeah, I think that's the one Marty watches. It's cool to watch these birds like be so careful with eggs and little chicks. It's crazy. They go out and fly and kill food, bring it back. Nuts. I hand fed some bald eagles back, rehabbed them at a wildlife rehab thing. It's really super cool. They're very non-aggressive birds. They don't try to bite you either. It looks like they would, doesn't it? But they don't. And their beak is like so light. It's like honeycomb. They're really sweet birds. They make this like cooing noise almost when you pet them. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, it's cool. Same thing with these vultures. Hey, how you doing, Michael? How's it going? Love watching these vultures too. When the babies hatch, I'll put these cameras in there. Hey, Tweety, how you doing? Yeah, it's cool, isn't it? Yeah, those eagle babies are beautiful. You know, eagles are a very fragile bird, though. They really are. I mean, all you have to do is tweak the environment a little bit, and shit, they'll disappear for 100 years. I mean, you really got to baby these things for them to be around. They're nowhere near as tough as like a vulture or a hinga, crow, raven. No way. They just look good. Hey, so Tweety, how's your channel going? You still out there in, I think, Texas? How's your channel been doing? You got any cruises planned? You still dating that same guy? Oh, good for you. Oh, that's good. Has YouTube seemed to change very much for you at all? Oh, you're getting married. Oh, congratulations. Wow, good for you. Have you noticed any changes in YouTube, like overall? Hey, I just got one of these Insta 360 Ace Pro 2s. I just went out and fooled around with it tonight. It seems like a better camera to me. Check them out. Better light sensitivity. You know, they use 2 processors instead of 1. Over the past month, but I figure. Oh, yeah, I can't figure them out. You know, I know I'm on their shit list. You probably aren't, though. Yeah, I like it. So far, I like it. Now, make sure if you get one, Tweety, you ought to, you know, they're really trying to promote these. You ought to send them an email and see if they'll give you a couple of them to use on your cruise ships. There's a difference now. This is the one you want to get, the Insta 360 Ace Pro 2. Instant 360 Ace Pro 2. Oh, pad thai. Yeah, I used to get that up in West Branch once in a while. I'm not a big like noodle guy though. So you're getting married. Good for you. Yeah. Hopefully it'll work out better than mine did. Yeah. There's a couple of them. They got 3 names that are similar as hell. It's the Insta 360 Ace Pro 2. That's the one you want. They got the Instant 360 Ace, this, that, X, Y, Z. You need the Ace Pro 2. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know about those 360s. Anybody I know got one, they didn't really like it. They thought it was a waste of money. You know, it just eats up all sorts of memory, sucks the batteries dry. I mean, I don't think you need that. Maybe if you were like, you know, in some place and you had, you know, 10,000 turtles banging and you could set it on a lily pad, but just, you know, I don't really like them that much. I tried a couple of them, just, people I knew that had them, and I'm sure there are certain applications, but for all the time, it's just you don't need to have 360, I don't think. And like I said, you need like a terabyte SD card, and like you're wearing batteries out left and right. It's a nightmare to process those things, just so much data. Yeah, the 360, I don't really care for them either, but, if you're doing something really super cool, oh, you know it. Oh, gotcha. Oh, really? Immersive headsets? Yeah. I still, if I see these news cameras around here, guys doing like, buildings burning down, stuff like that. And these guys are into this shit. They do their nowadays when you get hired as like a beginning newscaster, you're out there, you're finding the story, you're recording the story, you're editing the story, you're uploading the story. I mean, you're doing it all of it. And I always ask them. I look at the equipment they have and those kind of things. Every single one of them is still uploading in 1080p. They said that 4K is just not worth it. I noticed on this Insta360, 8K, you can keep it. No thanks, man. Be there the rest of my life rendering a video. Oh, virtual reality. Hey, my enemy, how you doing? What are my enemies thing is? See, I had to take people off as a moderator because they couldn't comment on videos. So that's why I did that. Oh, Pugs is too, come to think of it. I didn't see that either. So that's what happened. No, they don't. I don't do any editing hardly. Cut something that's just absolutely terrible off. Add music. That's it. I'm no way spending that time. Now I am going to fool around with a little more editing. I'm thinking about doing like some like mini documentaries, like something serious. But there's no way I'm going through all that bullshit. So I think it's more of a personality type. Mine's just like half-ass thrown up there. I mean, if I drop the camera, I pick it up and don't even edit that out. I mean, it's just somebody fucking around. I'm not like trying to be like a legit entertainment channel. No, it's a lot, especially yours. Yeah, yours are. Yeah, mine aren't, but yours are. Yeah, that's what caused it. Yep. Yeah, I just took them all off because nobody could. If you were a managing moderator instead of a standard moderator, you couldn't comment on videos. Oh, good for you, Michael. Yeah, I'm not a big sweet eater, really. I see another one of those Elon Musk rockets blew up. Yeah, country now. Yeah, yep. Yeah, they go where the money's at. Yeah, I don't eat too much. Ice cream will make you fatter now. That's one of the worst things you can eat. Keeping it real. Yeah, I do, but there's a cost for it too, I'll tell you. No, your editing's good. Yours are a top 10. I talk about you all the time. I tell people all the time. It shows you what a big bunch of bullshit YouTube is. There's a guy. Let me give you. I don't know how. I'm not really into music that much. Uh, but there's a guy in YouTube. I lived in Ann Arbor for a long time. And kept an airplane out there. And there's a guy that plays at a restaurant in Ann Arbor. He's been playing there since '92. And what the hell is his name? I don't know his first name. His last name is Ryan. I thought it was Reinhardt. Hold on. Anyway, he is an absolute fantastic guitar player. This finger picking guitar playing. I mean, just a monster, man. Like super gifted. Like my dad used to say, he's one of those guys that'd rather play the guitar than fuck. You know what I mean? You can't compete with those people. He's one of those. And he's got 50,000, he's trying to get subscribers, PayPal, all this bullshit constantly. And he's just like a super talented guy. What's this fucker's name? I was just watching him last night. And here he's got 50,000 subscribers. And he's like a super like gifted professional guy. I joke with people all the time. I got more subscribers than Daryl Hall from Hall and Oates. It shows you what a fucking joke the whole thing is. I mean, I go out and find out what blowjobs are going for, and I got 100,000 more subscribers than he does. Oh, here it is right here. Look this guy, Jake Reichard. Look this guy up. I mean, this fucking guy is unbelievable. Now, you may not like this kind of guitar playing, but this shit is like off the charts. I mean, this guy's like got 1,000 times the talent of like lead guitarists in rock bands. Here he is fucking around at the Earl since 1992. I mean, this guy knows everything, man. His name is Jake Reichbart. Go look at his channel. Look at all the shit he plays. It's fucking crazy, man. Jake Reichbart. Jake Reichbart. I mean, just slays the guitar. Oh, these fucking songs. I don't know how you keep this much shit in your mind. I mean, this is like Eminem times 1,000. This fucker will be there for like playing this fantastic shit. I mean, you couldn't have a computer sound better playing a guitar than this guy. Is a freak of freaks. And he knows all this theory and can read music. And this guy just doesn't play a guitar. Check his channel out. Yeah, I saw that Talking Head guys one time in John King Books in Detroit. He seemed like a real douchebag. I didn't really care for him. It seemed like just people high on dope. No, you're smart, Tweety. I'm not a big music buff, but once in a while, I'll tell you another guy that's great. I know this guy actually, which is probably a negative. Not well, but if we ran into each other, we talk. This goes to show you how looks, racism, all this shit is evident and alive and well in the United States. He took second on The View or one of those fucking shows. And I don't even think he'd have been on the show, but it was a blind audition. His name is Laith, Laith, Al-Saadi, Al-Saadi. He's the best guitar player I've ever seen. This motherfucker is unbelievable. But he's overweight. He's Arabic. His fucking name's Al-Saadi. And that just doesn't fucking get it when you're promoting yourself, no matter how good you are. Even on The View, whatever one that Adam Levine was on, he said he's never witnessed a guitar player that was that crazy. Super talented. He's took second on The View. He's got, all sorts of original songs, which, I just cringe when anybody sings. If I'm in a bar and they say they're going to play an original song, I just want to let them have it with a fucking beer bottle. You're in a fucking bar for a reason. Of course, everybody knows like this Bruno Mars. He's 4 feet fucking tall. But the guy can write songs. This is the key. But look up Laith Al-Saadi. Now, Laith won that View, or whatever they call it, second place 4 or 5 years ago. That fucker can't sell 10 tickets in a bar. He keeps playing the same low-paying, 1/3 sold-out shows wherever he goes. He can't get fucking gigs. And I can't think of anything else other than it's everything I just told you. Now, if he was some good-looking motherfucker, young Elvis Presley talking shit, he could just twing like fucking a kid's guitar, and he'd sell more tickets. That's how life is. It's not fair. Yeah, America's Got Talent. Yeah, nice guy. Now, it didn't help that about 7 years ago, he got caught with some fentanyl and some other fucking shit. But I don't think that they say that hurt his career. I don't think it did. If anything, I think it fucking helped it. But this guy cannot sell 10 tickets. Oh yeah, no. No, this motherfucker is unbelievable. Yeah, and there's another guy he plays, big heavy set black guy from Detroit that, for a while there in the country, and you still kind of have it, you'll have like I know it happens with Jewish people a lot. They'll go to a place where you can adopt a kid and basically adopt them. You send them to boarding schools and you are their parents, but it's not like a traditional family, but they take people that otherwise wouldn't have had that great a life. What is that guy? There's a guy that plays guitar with him. I'll figure out his name too. Bass guitar. He's from Detroit. Went to Did he go to Interlochen? I think he went to Juilliard as well. And him and Lath play together all the time. There'll be fucking 3 people in the audience. It's bullshit, man. I feel bad for him. I've went to see Lath play a couple places, and there weren't 10 people there. I'm not shitting you. And the tickets are cheap. He just cannot sell tickets. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's not fair. You know this. That's why I've always said the whole time. Like Tweety, if your channel really took off, people could make an informed decision about taking a cruise. Saved them a lot of fucking trouble. You worked a lot, 50 hours editing. You told me at one time on a video. This makes sense. You're supposed to get like popular. You perfected your craft. You've taken the cruises. You've spent all this time doing this bullshit. And as you know, I'll say the same thing like when I'm watching boxing. When you're judging boxing, it's not the same as going there and just having fun. So even though it looks like you're having a lot of fun, I'm sure you're doing the cruises. Your cruises, as far as you and your fiance, would be a hell of a lot more fun if you didn't fuck with these movies. You're always worried about a view and missing shit and uploading. Is the fucking sun too bright? Is it too cloudy? Rather than just having a good time. I mean, when I was flying airplanes, man, honest, my best times were just sitting in the right seat. The guy say, "Hey, do you want to fly?" It's like, fuck no, I want to look out the window. Oh, how come you're not? Well, first of all, I don't live there anymore, and but the main reason is, like I was just saying, a few minutes ago. I mean, I really got into it. I was always into kind of blight photography. I like abandoned buildings, and for some reason, I'm a low light guy. I like dark alleys and like junk cars in the field, that kind of thing. And Detroit was really low. And I was from around there and I had photographed it a million times. And to me, that was the best it ever looked from a photographer standpoint. So I was always down there and I would run into those prostitutes when I would get newspapers and coffee right down where Maddie and Gerald were. And I thought one of these days I'm going to interview these people. I think it'd be really interesting just for my own interests. I wasn't even ever thinking about like YouTube or anything like that. And I kind of got bored with taking photos, and then YouTube came out, and back then you could just, you didn't have really good cameras and stuff and internet speed. It was just starting to transition where it was like doable for the average Joe. So just one day I thought I would interview prostitutes, and it was like anything, right? I just happened to interview about 10 people that were just had a presence about them. It was super interesting, and it didn't have anything to do with what they looked like or what race they were. And I found out a lot of shit. But to be honest with you, my videos on their own didn't do shit. Some kid took 2 videos, Penny and I think Angel, who are dead now, by the way, and posted them to Reddit. And that's what made my videos take off. It wasn't anything that I did. So between moving, and then as time went on, I didn't know anything when I got into it. And it started out where it was just, buying them lunch and getting them clothes and paying for their apartment or something, helping them out with rehab, hooking them up with their family, that kind of shit. And, over the long haul, I realized that 99% of the time, it's just a big manipulating game. I bet 20 of those girls are dead that I've interviewed, between overdoses, hit by cars, murdered, beaten, shot, you name it. And it just got to where originally when I went down there, I mean, I can remember when I first started, My whole pitch was I don't want to be the guy with a hot chocolate and a mini Bible, which was true. I wanted to go down there and I wanted to find out just how you got down here, why you don't leave, what are blowjobs going for, what's the average John light, and I wanted to upload it and tell people about it. That's what I did. It it really interested me. And then as time went on, I was like trying to help them, and I thought maybe they just needed help. It's like, and as it turned out, once I realized, I knew it was low bat. I kind of changed from my original interest to just get the truth, and I tried to help them. And that's kind of when things went south. And I got a lot of fucking shit over those videos. Stalked, swatted, fucked with, people calling my neighbors, cops fucking with me. I mean, all sorts of fucking stacks of hate mail, shitty emails, calling relatives. I mean, you get a lot of bullshit that comes along with the viral video. So actually, when I experienced it long enough to realize that, I'm not making it's not fun anymore for starters. You go back and you look at your own videos, these women are dying left and right. And I just said, fuck it. Because I never really did it for I hope the hell I never get another fucking viral video. I think they're a pain in the ass. Hey, Jennifer. So what's the sense of me doing that when I experienced what I just told you? I mean, I'm not fucking doing any good. Yeah. And now I know that most of the time it's just a bunch of prostitutes that aren't going to get better, that are going to die. Who needs to know about that? I mean, this is never about building a channel. So once you take that out of the equation, there's no reason for me to do it anymore other than no reason. That's why. Yeah, super crazy stalker. Oh, I had a bunch of them, man. Oh, yeah, I know who you're talking about. I hope that bitch died a slow death from the most painful cancer in the world. She fucked with you for a while, too. What a bitch. I hope she gets fucking breast cancer in both breasts. What a troublemaking fucking bitch. Yeah, I haven't heard from her in a long time. Hopefully she killed herself. Fucking bitch. She caused me a lot of goddamn trouble. Yeah. I hope she's in there getting fucking chemotherapy in the hospital, has a plane run into it. I don't know what happened to her. Who in the fuck knows? I hope she killed herself. Yeah, just a fucking nut. That's not the only one. I had other ones. I had one drive up to my house. I had him fucking swat me. Believe it or not, that shit did not bother me as much as you think it would. I mean, you have certain things that really get to you and other things that don't. I mean, I'll go fucking 10 times crazier looking for a fucking SD card than that. I don't know why. It's just my personality. But I know other people it really bothers. And I didn't like it, and I hope it doesn't happen in the future, but it wasn't that big a deal. Yeah, completely nuts. Yeah, another scumbag. I hope she died too. Yeah, no, I didn't. Well, I'll tell you what. They'll say that trigger, and they blame me. Triggering them. Yeah, I mean, look, these fucking crazy women. You don't need to do anything. You just need to cross paths with them. I hope she died too. I hope she got hit by a car and just laid on the side of a ditch for a week, and couldn't even mumble help. Another bitch. Yeah. Yeah, just fucking. I do think a little bit on those. Now I'm just guessing. I don't know if you've had this happen again or not, and this is so fucking stupid. It's unbelievable. But when you get on YouTube, another thing. When I was down in Detroit, there, for most of those videos that nobody knew me. I was fine with it. I mean, I go down there, slip down there. And I had guys run into me one night. Who knows what they were going to do? Fucking shoot me, stab me. I don't know. I was able to get the hell out of them, but they ran into me, tried to block me in. So, it got dangerous down there, and I didn't trust the cops. Yeah, women stalker. But I think with the women, what happens, I think sometimes is Look, I would tell you this if I thought this. I never thought any of them like wanted to like have sex or any of that shit. It was worse than that. They just you kind of like I tell people all the time I was never looking for like friends and stuff through YouTube. I still have a problem with that. It's a YouTube channel. I met you on YouTube, but that's it. You know, and I think I'm just guessing. I could be totally wrong with this, but I'm just throwing something out there. I didn't want to like be chit chatting with these people and emailing them and all this fucking bullshit. And I know with the first nut, Tweety, she wanted to collaborate with me with Maddie and Gerald. It's like, what the fuck do I need you for? No, pimps are actually a thing of the past, Taylor. With cell phones and the internet, I'm not saying that you don't have a boyfriend in the background, but the pimp in the sense that you think, they don't have them. They don't need them. They crunching much. They don't have them. They don't have the pimps. You don't need them. Hey, Jeannie. So that's why I don't do it. I do miss getting out and talking to people. And then to be honest with you, I tried homeless for a while. If I see homeless, I'll buy them a pizza or a fucking yeah. She's a nut too, Survivor Girl, another fucking lunatic. I'll tell you what happened with Survivor Girl. So back in the day, like I said, honestly, man, you're never gonna find me lying about this shit. If you go back or me. So back in the day, we'd be fucking around, and I had like some long bouts with depression. Stay up all night long, uh, have chats. And what would happen? There were chats sometimes we'd have for 30 hours. So what happened is, I'd stay up till like 3 or 4 in the morning, especially in the winter in Michigan. And for whatever reason, there's some people out there that just don't have a camera, or maybe somebody's in the house with them and they can't talk. I don't know what it is, but they don't want to set up their own chat. So they come on things like mine or yours or anybody else's. And when they were having a good time and they wanted to keep chatting, I didn't want to like sign off so that, they wouldn't have anything to do. So what would happen is, and that's what happened with Survivor Girl. It was one of those nights where she'd been around a while. I didn't know she was a lunatic at the time. And I was going to bed at 3, and I made her and somebody else a moderator. And, she was a moderator for about a day, because back then you could go in and see what moderators did, while you weren't around. And she was deleting comments and starting fucking trouble. And I realized she was a fucking lunatic. And then she blamed that I kicked her off once I found out she had breast cancer, which was a lie, had nothing to do with it. So you just realize these people are fucking batshit crazy, and I don't want anything to do. And that's when it really seems to accelerate, is when you just cut them off and they can't get on and they come on. It's funny. You can change 1,000 screen names, and unless you're just willing to say hello, you're going to figure out who it is after a while. So after you get rid of them 2 or 3 things and they can't come on and say that I'm killing prostitutes and chopping them up into little pieces, they even get madder and madder and madder. Then they start making videos about you, to put your name in their title, because otherwise nobody'd ever go over there. They're fucking crazy. Yeah, fucking nuts. Oh, thank you. So I had no damn interest at all of you know making it anything other than fucking around. I'll tell you another thing too, while we're on this subject. I mean, don't think as a guy that I wouldn't have liked to had 25 good-looking women out there wanting to come and blow me once a week. I damn sure would have. Absolutely. But to be honest with you, I mean, unless you're just really stupid or have no common sense, I can tell you this. I'm sad to report this to you, but since day one on YouTube, I've never done anything with anybody I met on YouTube. I've met waitresses and oil change girls and UPS drivers and every other fucking thing. But with YouTube, there has never even been one little bit of chance that I met anybody that I was interested in or, thought there was a possibility. Never, zero, none. And I would have been all over it. But that just goes to show you how fucking nuts they are, because I got a pretty low bar. I really do. Yeah, I got a pretty low bar. It's just never really happened. They're all fucking nuts. And you notice it right away, one way or the other. It's all different. It's all different. Yeah, I really do. No, I do. It just never happened. So that, I mean, it doesn't get any more honest than that. But no, they're all just fucking crazy, man. You know, your radar's on. You know, like the same thing. You know, I was kind of dating somebody up in Michigan. Not that much. I dated her about 10 years ago. Anyway, long story short, you know, I met her in an antique store actually, but you know, I've had like 2 girlfriends in 30 years. I mean, it's not looking good. I'm not getting younger and better looking, so I'm kind of fucked. It's just my life. It's how my life's worked out. I'm not complaining because luckily for some reason I don't like get lonely. You know, I'm fucking around buying shit and reading books all the time. And I'm pretty happy. I mean, I think it's hardwired in human beings. I think there's 1% of me that would like a relationship. Yeah, I do. But, you know, it's never going to happen, I'm sure. But, you know, yeah, but the people on YouTube are just fucking insane. The giveaways are nuts. They come on too strong. Their spelling's atrocious. Their grammar's just like fucking makes those retards on white fucking alligator underbelly or whatever that motherfucker's name is. Who's those retards he follows around the grocery store? It makes them look like fucking Rhodes scholars. Yeah. No, I mean, it's so damn obvious. Yeah, we're all nuts. Yeah, it's a good point. That's true. The Whitakers, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. You know, so Tweety. Here's what I was going to tell you. Anyway, anyway, this is what I was going to tell you. So I date this girl once in a while. Basically, honestly, you know, Tweety knows. She says she loves me because I tell the truth. Yeah, it was blowjobs when I went back to Michigan. That's why. You know, not the woman of my dreams. It's the only older woman I ever really dated. And you know what really got me off on that? She was a Bible nut. Isn't that weird? You know, so that's a tough combo I'm looking for. But anyway, you know, we would talk at night, and I liked talking to her. And I talked to her at night, and we'd have chit chats about shit. And when I found out what a fucking lunatic she was, she pissed me off. I kind of missed talking to somebody. So I thought to myself, well, maybe I'll join it like a dating site. And I do meet women all the time, but it's just nothing that, you know, that I'm really into. And I know this sounds fucking terrible, but this solidifies my point. So anyway, I joined a dating site, right? Now, Tweety, you're smart. You guys know this too, right? If I was like shopping or I'm in restaurants and women that were 30 came up to me and said, "Hey, you available?" It's like, yeah, fuck yeah, I'm available. Yeah, you better believe it. Never happens. Never. I have conversations with people. It's like, hi, how you doing? That's fucking it. So I got a pretty good idea what the real world out there is with regard to how women would see me outside of my age. So I joined this fucking dating site. I looked through some dating sites and you click off all these boxes, this, that, all this fucking bullshit. And you get recommendations. And I'm thinking to myself, honestly, I'm not shitting you on here. The recommendations looked like to me, I thought I was getting fucking funeral notices. Now you guys are going to be there someday too, but I'm looking at these women my age. I looked at one night, I looked at 638 profiles, and I wouldn't let one of them blow me. That's how bad it was. So I canned that one, then I joined another one, and I'm starting to get these like kiss things and these fucking flowers sent to me by these super pretty girls, and I thought, this is fucking bullshit. No way. Why doesn't this happen outside of a dating site? Yeah, I'll tell you why. Because it's all fucking bullshit. Now, I tell people all the time, if you're running a dating site and you want me to renew my membership, you know, really fuck me good, you just don't communicate with people anymore. You send roses for $5. You buy them gifts for another fucking 25. Before you're spending $50 to talk with one of these fat whores. It'll probably fucking go nowhere. It's just fucking bullshit. You know, so I realized, you know, you get what you pay for. Not really. I didn't get what I paid for. If you want me to renew to your dating site, this is what you need to do. You need to send a photo of a woman about 68, 100 pounds overweight, cellulite all over her ass, varicose veins, and a fucking mustache. And I'll renew that fucking website because I know that's what I'm going to get. That fucking makes sense. That makes sense that she would like me. And that makes sense that I could actually have a fucking date with her. I will agree with that one. Yeah, I'll fucking believe that one. Yeah, maybe a fucking missing front tooth. Yeah, sign me up. Shit, yeah. So I'm back. So I canceled that one too. I'd rather just I'd rather just take $100 bill and throw it out the fucking window in once when I'm driving down the expressway. I get more satisfaction out of it. Yeah, catfish. You could never catfish me. No fucking way. No fucking way. You could never catfish me. Absolutely not. No way. Yeah, blind date. Yeah. Thank you, Crunch and Munch. Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, fuck. And down here, I even got the extra bonus. It's Christian territory down here. Yeah, I shut most of them up right away. It's like, what church do I go to? Yeah. No, I'm fucked down here, but I'm okay with it. I mean, if something came along, it'd be great. But like I said, one girlfriend for 2 months and another one on and off for like 3 months and fucking 28 years. I mean, you don't need to be a fucking Harvard graduate to figure out that things aren't looking good. Oh, fuck. Yeah, fucking filters. Oh, you telling me. You goddamn right. Hey, will somebody explain this filters thing on the internet? I mean, look, why do they, the majority of these women on YouTube uh, use these fucking filters and these like photos of themselves when they were fucking 20 years old. Now, if you're just jacking somebody off and fucking around trying to get them to donate money or some shit like that, I get that. But some of these women are like wanting to date. I mean, you're going to find out when you meet them. It's like, what the fuck? People catfish. Yeah, it's strange, isn't it? Yeah, Tweety knows what's going on. Yeah, 42. Good for you. Let me tell you though, 42, that's a fucking big difference in women my age. I swear to God, I never see women my age. I mean, it fucking sounds, I'll take the fucking shallow hit on this one. Yeah, and it's not, and this is going to sound absolutely fucking terrible. It is. I've mentioned this before, so at the expense of repeating myself, I will. And that is, I had an old airline pilot guy, like kind of mentor me when I was younger. And he told me a lot of things that made sense. And another guy was a lot like him that worked in a steel mill. I'll give you an example. One time I was young, like 13, 14, and he'd point out, and he'd see a good looking blonde. He'd say, "Hey, see that girl over there?" It's like, yeah. He said, "Someone's tired of fucking her." It's like, come on. He said, "Nope. You'll see." Another words of wisdom. I had a girlfriend up at Michigan State. Blizzard, fucking telling you not to drive your car. Yeah, there's no way you were stopping me from going up there for the fucking weekend. I said, he said, "Where are you going?" It's like, "I'm going up CK for the weekend." He said, "Nah, look at the fucking roads, freezing rain, ice." I said, "No." He said, "I know why you're going." He said, "I was in your shoes when I were young." He said, "Do yourself a favor and jack off a couple times." It's like, why would I do that? He said, "You won't feel like going." And there's an element of truth to that. And here's another fucking thing too. And this comes true too. He said, "You'll find when you get older that the female friends that you have that you don't have a relationship with, that deep down you'd fuck them if you could." And it's like, you mean, like, what do you mean? Like, you watch these shows on TV and like you can have these non-sexual fucking things. Yeah, I have lots of them. Believe me, I do. But he says most of the women that you hang around, that you find ways to hang around with, that you're not in a relationship with, if the timing is right, you'd fuck them if you could. And you know what? That's true too. And I found that women that I just don't find attractive as I've gotten older, I just find a million fucking reasons not to get together with them, even if it's for a coffee. Isn't that fucked up? And it's not like I'm just sitting around scheming to get in their pants or hoping for it. Not even that. It's so weird. It's like the human mind. You know, it's so damn crazy. Oh, you're Down syndrome? Oh, that's okay. You can't help it. It's not. It's just an extra copy chromosome pair. Don't blame yourself. Yeah, don't worry about it. There's someone out there for everybody. Oh, you're gonna love Stephanie. Oh, you would love her. Stephanie would be nothing but fun. Yeah, no, I think you're right. They say that biologically, but here's a big disappointment. I'm glad you brought that up because, actually, if you, I'm disappointed in myself. I am as a human being, as a person that's, I guess I haven't evolved much, because these women my age, I mean, even if they have the best body in the world and they couldn't look younger at my age, I just can't get into it, man. I'm sorry. They just look like fucking great grandmothers, which of course some of them are. And I just can't fucking do it. And that platonic shit fucking sucks. I'm not blowing a fucking weekend with some goddamn fucking coffee clatch, buddy. Which is why you see the life that I have. You know what I mean? You see the life that I have. I just, fuck around, take videos, watch porn. Yeah. Yeah, get rid of Down. Just block them for good. I didn't even see what they said. It's probably that fucking goddamn fake fucking survivor girl lunatic. You guys know how to get rid of them forever, don't you? Just kick their fucking ass out of here for good. Hey, I don't care either. You guys ask me this from time to time. But when you see that fucking Russian or whatever she is with the perfect fucking ass and her camel toes always sticking out in those underwear she wears, leaving me comments, block that fucking bitch, will you? I mean, I think it was Pug that was blocking her. Just block those fuckers, man. It's aggravating. I mean, I wish it was true. I wish it was true. She's got like a great ass and legs and all that shit. You don't have to be fucking queer to not like think it looks good. But once again, I know better. She's fucking aggravating to me. Yeah, no, she's a fucking lunatic for sure. You better believe it. The Russian, you see her on every fucking video. She'll say, and they're always stupid. You can tell it's like a bot. She'll come on there and I'll put a video of a fucking carrot on a plate. And she'll say, my fiance and I laughed so hard, my stomach hurts. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's a video of a carrot. But it's aggravating as hell. So when you see her on there, all those fuckers, block them for good. Yeah, Kerbal. Is that her name? Why, do you get those too, Tweety? Yeah, bot. Yeah, fuck, I wish it was true. Now we're talking. Fuck, yeah. Oh yeah, she's something really wrong with her. There's the only person I've ever met in my life that hopes her breast cancer doesn't go away. What a fucking lunatic. I mean, you're fucked up when people are doubting if you have cancer or not. They are also on Facebook. Can you send me a friend? Yeah. Yeah, no. No, I notice once in a while I look at TikTok and they say nobody's giving me attention or stuff. Hey, by the way, on this, there's quite a few women that have YouTube channels that are on OnlyFans and Pornhub. I recognized one the other night, and she's got the most benign, her and her husband YouTube channel about like, unboxing shit. And I thought, God, she looks familiar. Sure enough, I looked her on Pornhub. She was getting fucked in the ass, screaming at the top of her lungs. They got about 320 videos. And she comes across as just Susie Homemaker on her YouTube thing. I don't find her attractive, or of course I could spell her name frontwards and backwards. But there's a lot of women on YouTube that are on OnlyFans and fucking TikTok and on Pornhub. Yeah. Yeah, but I think I had somebody call me about 3 months ago, wanted to know if we could do blowjob videos on OnlyFans. This is one of my fuck buddies up in Michigan. And I thought about it. Actually, I wanted to help her out. She's fucking doing these deliveries for, all these fucking places. They all got everybody running around. I give them $25 tip when they deliver here. Because they're fucking working for nothing, and I know that. They don't even fucking know it. Drive out here to fucking where I live from Augusta, deliver me a fucking SD card. Fuck that. So I pay their gas. Right? Yeah, I was never attracted to Riley Reid. No, I never was attracted to her. OnlyFans channel. Yeah. No, Stephanie, here's the thing, and Tweety knows this. People are into weird shit, man. You go on Spank Bang or Luxure TV, Luxure TV. There's nothing that isn't on there. And people are into weird shit. And I told Stephanie she has really discounted herself, and that there's somebody out there that would gladly pay $3 a minute to jack off to her. They're out there. Now, where? That's the $50,000 question. That's what we need to work on. But don't discount yourself on that, Stephanie. There are men out there who would pay to see you nude. I know you think I'm kidding, but I'm not. They're out there. There are more damn fetishes out there, and I think you can make a good living at it. Yeah. Yeah, I don't like that OnlyFans, to tell you the truth. I mean, I've really kind of burned out with porn channels, to tell you the truth. There is a good one out, though, better one now, OnlyVids. OnlyVids is really good. Mostly women on here. I mean, I have never, here's another thing. Tweety will appreciate this. I've never met a woman under any circumstances that like to watch porn. That or they all lie. It's like dick size. They lie about that. So maybe they're lying about porn. But if I had a woman that, said, I really get into porn, I would run. I wouldn't walk. It's just certain fucking signals. Yeah. It's unbelievable. Oh, really? Crazy world of perps. Yeah, I lent a girl money to buy a donut shop one time. She blew me almost every day for 3 years, and I just felt obligated. But anyway, this was back in the day where, you didn't have caller ID and that kind of shit. And she would get at least 5 people that would go, and it was a busy donut shop, drive-through, and she was cute, Polish. And she would get at least 5 people a week that would call later and want to talk to her about her feet. And probably 2 people a month that just like to go over there and shit all over the bathroom floor and then call and want to talk about that. I mean, fucking people. It's fucking crazy what people are in, man. Call me old-fashioned. I just like blowjobs. Yeah. Yeah, the OnlyFans, I found it just super fucking boring. I mean, for every something good on there, I'm more than happy to pay for good porn, but fuck, I can see why it's free. It's not worth shit. I'll tell you, 9 out of 10 girls on there that give blowjobs, I wouldn't date them twice. I mean, they're fucking terrible. It's the same thing with strippers. They slide down that pole and lick their lips and fucking wink. They're not worth a fucking bit either. You want the librarian, the one from a broken home, one that's got a gambling addiction that's always behind on her bills. That's where the real good sex comes in. None of this fucking, or probably the fucking church groups. Except I'm not going to be a liar like that. They say it's the best damn sex you'll ever had is with the committed Christian woman. The problem is that, the legit one wants you to marry him. Fuck that. No, there's huge websites for that. Bestiality in Europe, that's huge. That's big money over there. Golden showers. God, thank God I'm not into that. Holy shit. What a fucking nightmare. How do you bring that shit up? Will you tell me? I mean, you're dating him. Everything's great. You like everything about each other. And then you got to lay this one on him. You like golden fucking showers. Fuck. God. I'll tell you this, though. If you're into that kinky ass fucking shit, I've learned this through dating. And being around for a while. There's a time in a dating relationship where you can get them to do anything, and that's like a hunting dog, you know. Motherfucker will be just walking around out there in the weeds, and bam, that tail will come up, curl his leg. Same like that with sex. You've got about a 10-day, 2-week period there where they like you so much they are game for anything. They want to please you. Then as time goes on, as we all know, you know, uh, it turns to nothing. I mean, I want to call the fucking cops on you. Where at the beginning they're all for this damn shit. Yeah, diapers. I know 2 women that divorced guys from wearing diapers. You remember that astronaut that drove across the country fucking with that other astronaut? She wore diapers. Fucking weird. Yeah, but if you look at all the fetishes and shit like that, I mean, the golden showers and all that crazy shit, I mean, that would be like, God, man, how do you bring that up? But a fucking diaper, I mean, you know, I mean, yeah, it's fucking, I think it's weird, but it's just a cotton diaper. You know, I'm not trying to sell you on it. It's like weird, but it isn't like, you know, bringing up golden showers. No, I think it's fucking weird. Yeah, it is. But, you know, it's like it's an opinion. You know, it's all that fetish shit. You know, it's hard to get people to tell you about that fucking shit. But hey, you guys, you know, all the women, same thing about when you're young. Maybe it doesn't come up as you're old. I mean, you know, I think when you're young, honestly, you women know this. The guys always want to know how big your new girlfriend's boyfriend's dick was. I don't know why. I mean, I did. I asked my buddies. They said they wanted to know too. And I noticed that right around 40, 45, I didn't want to know anymore. And I thought, why? And I thought, well, the fucking conversation would take too long. Fuck, if you talked about those dicks, you know, like a woman my age, how long was your boyfriend's dicks? Fuck, we'd be there for 3 hours. And here's the sad part of it all. You know, when you're young and you're worried about this shit as a young guy, you care. You're jealous. You want to be number one. You want to know this shit because you want to hope yours is bigger and better and thicker and all that fucking shit. But that's just another thing you quit giving a fuck about as you get older. You don't give a fuck how big your new girlfriend's boyfriend's last dick was. Who cares? It's because the fucking zeal, the zest, the flames have worn off. You don't give a fuck that much. You're half-ass into everything. You're not fucking like rabbits. Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, how you use it. Yeah, that's bullshit too. Hey, by the way, I just read in a thing. I saved the article too. I got it bookmarked. They say that the bigger the dick, the better the orgasm. Now, you know, I'm not talking about like Johnny Holmes and extremes and shit like that, but there's a relationship between the size of the penis and the percentage of orgasm. Sorry, medical facts. You disagree, Crunching? You disagree with the size of the dick? Yeah, by oral. Yeah, no, yeah. You know, I had a lot of girlfriends that could. Most women that I know, and even women that I was friends with, they couldn't have an orgasm, or you'd need to just fucking do like, you know, you'd need to be just have fucking candles burning and the right fucking cologne in the fucking room. It's 72. There's so many fucking requirements to get some of these goddamn women off having intercourse. It's fucking unbelievable. You know, it's all this bullshit hardwired in their fucking mind, like the most perfect fucking holier than thou scenario. And then you got others, man, they'll fucking come bending over tying their fucking shoes. Yeah, the fucking wind blows. It's fucking weird. Oh, throw his body. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you could be an anomaly too, crunch and munch. I mean, if you got a good dickin', I mean, a real fucking skeleton racking, really got a good pounding, you know, and you were really into that shit, and the guy that, was causing you chiropractic adjustments the next day. I can understand how a little dick fucker could probably get away with it. You know, it wouldn't really matter because it's like a whole bigger event, you know? Yeah, let me do this. That's what I thought. I was talking to somebody the other day. I think they ought to do like Simon Says. You know, when you're dating and you first start going out, and rather than fuck around, like blow 6 months, at this fucking bullshit. Just say, hey, let's just have a Simon Says night. It's like, what are you talking about? It's like, well, a half hour, I'll do what you want, and half hour, you do what I want. Yeah, we're not fucking 16. You like it hard, yeah. Yeah, good for you. Yeah, but if I think you said you're 45 now, Crunch. When you're a young guy, you got to really get comfortable with these women, like to really fucking bang them hard. I mean, really rack that ass. It almost seems like a violent attack. And it seems like once you get comfortable with them and they know you and you're young, they don't mind that kind of shit. I'm talking about like, breaking the fucking slats in the bed, that kind of shit. Just denting that fucking drywall with that big rounded off headboard, banging that fucking wall. Yeah. Just fuck the holy hell out of them. I say that all the time. I brag about it. I'm going to tell you right now, too. I brag about it. I guarantee you my ex-wife isn't getting fucked by her new boyfriend like I did. I bet she still misses that fucking shit. I bet she does. I bet she does. There's no fucking way. The chances of him doing it like that is fucking zero. And like how you guys know me, if I never fucked again, it'd be too soon. That's so cool, Crunch and Munch. Well, Crunch and Munch, if I remember correctly, you said didn't you go to a thing where you fucked in front of people someplace and you put on quite a show, you told me? Yeah. Yeah, that's right, my enemy. Oh, God. No, I didn't do it this time. No, I know people say that about me. It's kind of true, but I don't think you can blame me on this conversation. How'd that come up? Oh, it came up with like stalking women and shit. That's how it did. And I said that, yeah, but too, sex is like interesting to talk about. You like to know what people are coming from. It comes up a lot because it's interesting. What do you want to fucking talk about? About, what fucking oven cleaner you use? Because it's got all the ingredients of stimulating conversation, no pun intended. You got people lying, people exaggerating, people not telling the truth all the way, people wanting something they've never had, people struggling to find it. Sex has got all these things. Oh, I love it down here, Keith. I really do. Yeah. Yeah, I can jack off now most of the year without shutting the window. Good night, Stephanie. All right, you have a good night. Yeah, it was Taylor. Yep, sure was. Yeah. I haven't flown in like 20 fucking years though, man. Fuck. I'd have to like take a refresher course for about a fucking month now. Airspace, so far behind this shit. Yeah, I'll probably never fly again to tell you the truth. Plus, believe it or not, I like watching planes take off and land more than I like flying them at this point. It's too much bullshit, man. I mean, you got to be out of your A game. And now ever since 9/11, man, they're on your fucking ass. You're not buzzing your friends' houses and all that shit. No way. In the airspace, bullshit, and these fucking things where the president doesn't even need to be the president anymore. It can be some fucking senator or some fucker giving a speech somewhere. All these restricted air things. It's just not fun like it was. Fuck yeah. Oh, big time. Especially aviation. I can remember sitting in a ground school one time, and I flew without a pilot's license for a long time myself. And there were two guys that got caught flying without a license. And, I was talking to them. It's like, well, what happened? It's like nothing. They just said, go to this ground school, get your fucking license, and don't let us catch you again. So back in the time, I would call the FAA and it's like, hey, what happens if you catch somebody flying without a license? And they really couldn't tell you. And you'd be hard pressed to find examples of them doing anything to anybody. Fucking not anymore. They catch you flying without a license now. Those are federal charges, and fuck, who knows what happens, man. Those days are fucking over. Oh, that's cool. That's a good job, riding around planes. It's still a good job. It's still a good job, but you gotta like work for nothing for like the first 10 years. They are paying more than they used to at the beginning flying. It's at least it's like a quasi livable wage now, where before you were like, for years, like you had to pay to get experience. You wouldn't get paid anything. You were paying them to ride along in the right seat and get time. Oh fuck yeah. Oh, huge. Well, here's the funny thing about that. There were two guys in Detroit, Moss and Dodds, I think it was, got caught flying drunk. This is like 20 years ago. You can look it up. I think it was either that was 255. Maybe that was 255, Moss and Dodds. But anyway, two pilots, Northwest, Northwest back then, Republic, got caught drunk. One said it was a disease, got treatment, and actually worked another 20 years for Delta. The other one said he was just out fucking around, got drunk with the flight attendant, wouldn't do it again, never flew another hour in his life. So it all depends how you can pitch it, and if you have medical records to back that you've got a disease, as opposed to out trying to bang a couple flight attendants. Yeah. Yep. All right. Good night, Michael. Yeah. Oh, good. Yeah, he'll do fine. Yeah, well, it's better than it used to be. How old is your fiance, Taylor? And how is he getting into this flying career? How is he doing? Is he taking lessons on his own? Is he going to like an Embry-Riddle, whatever? Well, I mean, I don't want to say anything negative to you, but at the beginning it's hard. Not a lot of money and gone a lot, and okay, Crunchy Munch. Oh yeah, that'll be fine. Is he just taking lessons on his own? There's a lot of places now that'll sign you up and pay for your flying. You got a multi-license with a bachelor's. Oh, good. No, I'd say great. Sky's the limit. But let me tell you, no matter what generation you come from, you're going to have downtimes in flying. Now, it's been pretty good here for the last, 8-10 years, but there are going to be times in his lifetime as a pilot where you're going to get furloughed. You're going to get just the way it is. I mean, you never. Now, things have looked good for quite a while now. Maybe it's going to keep going like that because, you're always losing. Pilots can fly to 65 now in commercial airliners like that. Used to be 62. And I think they're thinking about raising it to 67 or 70, I think. So it's a good thing. I think you like it. I mean, corporate jobs are good too, but the money's in flying for the airlines. Yeah, he'll do fine. They even, here in the last 8 years, they've dropped that bachelor's degree requirement quite a few places, but they're kind of bringing it back. It's a cyclical market, highs and lows. You fly whatever you can, canceled checks, auto parts, UPS, build up turbine time, that kind of thing. No, I wouldn't say that because you're limited to how many hours you can fly. But, be selective on what kind of jobs he applies for. Some are better than others. If he's trying to build some turbine time, like, flying for UPS or FedEx in a Caravan, Cessna just came out with a new twin too to take over kind of that market. It's not as bad as it used to be. And honestly, I'm probably not the guy to ask because most of my buddies now are retiring. And, there's probably all sorts of things that I don't know. I have friends of mine that are retired from the airlines, then their sons are pilots now and just making captain, late 30s, early 40s. And they said they got it fucking made. So I think it's better than I'm aware of. Get them a subscription to that airline, ALPA, Airline Pilots Association. That lets you know there's a lot of tricks to things. There's a lot of women that are flying for Emirates, Arab Emirates now. 777s and the A380s, and they have some YouTube channels, and they do these, long flights, and I just watched a couple of them this week where they, talk about how they got up and how they ended up flying there. But these women are like mid-30s, 40, flying these big kick-ass airplanes, great paying jobs. But it's interesting to hear. It's like being a musician. There's all sorts of ways to get there. But the way aviation's been lately, I think it'll be good. What kind of sucks is back in the old days, you got to do those jump seats and you get those passes and you could fly all over. But now, the way it's changed that, any airline pilot I know that has those benefits, they've ended up paying for a ticket because they can't afford to go to the airport with their wife and 2 kids and fly standby. And it's a good paying job, so you can afford to buy tickets. But the days of just, being an airline pilot, going down to the airport and going out to Las Vegas for dinner are kind of over because of the way the flights are booked. So it's a perk that's good, but not great. No, I don't think you'll miss a lot of family stuff. It's better now than it ever was. But part of that's going to be in the kind of jobs you want to apply for. Good for him. Good luck to him. Yeah, there and it's it's interesting too because there's just so many good things on YouTube now. So many resources and things that you can look up and but yeah, no, you're welcome. Yeah, it's a good job. What type was he always kind of planning on being a pilot? Be allowed to travel and stuff. And a lot of foreign countries hired now too. I don't know what the status is with regard to shortages. I think there probably are still shortages because guys are making captain now much quicker than they used to. And like guys my age, or well, guys like, like one generation younger, that 9/11 absolutely killed aviation for a while. I mean, there's plenty of guys that got screwed out of captain wages for about 10 years. Oh, good for you. Good. Good for him. What is he flying now? Yeah, there's a lot of good YouTube channels. There's a really cool guy. As it turns out, his dad's a big shot doctor that invented, I think, either an artificial hip or a heart valve. And they own their own Pilatus jet, and they own a big ass kicker Bell 421 helicopter. And the son flies them both. The name of the channel is called More Left Pedal. They're based out of California. They just went down to Uruguay. Oh, 172. Yeah, I probably got 700 hours in those damn things. Best plane ever. Cessna 172. Oh, good for him. Yeah, he's taken, yeah, that's what most people, but almost all these people, these channels that I watch where they're flying these big jets, they instructed. And I know other guys that just tried to avoid instructing at all costs, just did not want to do it. Yeah, good for him. Yeah, it's good. There's another one, Canadair pilot, Canadiar pilot, or Challenger pilot. Challenger pilot. That's a good one too. Yeah, no, they got killer equipment, really nice airplanes. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, a bulging battery. Hey, my enemy, could you put a link to Bulging Battery's song on his for his channel for me? So I'm always afraid it's gonna cut out if I do that. This Bulging Battery made a song about a demolition derby that's on his channel. Could you put a link to that? It's called Smash and Dash. Yeah, we'll try and help you. And I'm not convinced that. I mean, anybody that's ever asked me to put a link, I'm more than willing to do it, but I'm not convinced it helps. Because it's just different people. Like, if you have a YouTube channel and you want to get on there and you want to like talk with people, Uh, you know, it's different markets. You know, I'll have people that I know say, "Are you doing a live tonight?" It's like, because if you're doing one, I don't want to do one. Well, don't worry about it, because I don't think my live affects yours, and I don't think yours affects mine. It's different people that go to channels for different reasons. Yeah, we'll check it out. That could be your ticket to success. Yeah, that'll be cool. Good for you, Taylor. You know, it's crazy. Look at the cost of these new planes now, too. It's nuts. All these Cirrus. You know, you can spend $1 million on those things, no problem. You know, back in the day, you could be like a postman, a cab driver, and own a 172. But flying's just, it's happening over here, the same thing that's happened over in Europe. You got to be like rich now to own your own airplane. I mean, it was always kind of like middle, upper middle class. Well, not really middle class, lower middle class. And now it's like upper middle class rich. I mean, aviation is just crazy expensive, from fuel to insurance. You know, there's only a handful of companies that write insurance under like 25 different names. Everything's just like insanely expensive. Getting them worked on. All right, do you guys go to Oshkosh or Sun and Fun? Yeah, it's an expensive hobby. Do you guys go to Oshkosh or Sun and Fun? Sun and Fun will be coming up. Those are fun to go to. I used to go to them all the time, never miss them. Yeah, but I guarantee you, man, if you can get one for 300,000, it needs a bunch of shit. You know, you could go through an engine any day and God, all sorts of airframe problems, ADs, hard to get parts. Yeah, Oshkosh is really good. Yeah, it's really a good experience. And Sun and Fun's good too. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's insane, man. Crazy. Helicopters are even more insanely expensive. You know, you look at these like planes, like these Gulfstreams, these 750s and stuff like this that Bill Gates, Bezos owns, Michael Jordan. I mean, they're like $7,300 to operate. Now, you know, the Masters, Augusta, the big golf thing every year is coming up. I always go down there and video the planes just so you can get an idea on the insanely expensive equipment these guys own. They'll have like a $85 million jet and one guy on it with a flight attendant. Each pilot's making about 175 grand a year, $7,500 an hour to operate. It's just crazy the money some people have, all to run around and smack golf balls. It's insane, but helicopters are really insanely expensive. You know, there's a lot of preventative maintenance on airplanes. I see that plane that crashed in Pennsylvania today was the turbine conversion. It had the turboprop put on it, an A36 Bonanza. And I just looked it up. I found it for sale. And turbines have a very good record of hardly ever failing because, you know, it's a turbine engine. They're better lubricated. It's all sorts of reasons. And I'd be curious what made that crash. But it didn't look too good on the ground. So I'm assuming there were no survivors. I keep looking it up, but there's no updates. And it happened like at 3 o'clock. I looked it up on FlightAware. You can see the tail number on the airplane. I looked it up and they had their flight plan filed. It's too bad. Yeah, go down to Florida. Have them take you down to Florida. What state do you live in now, Taylor? Yeah, Oshkosh and Sun and Fun are really a lot of fun. I'll tell you though, man. I personally, I think flying in. I've flown into Oshkosh quite a few times. If I was a freshly married couple and I had a new baby, I don't think I'd fly in there. I'd drive. I'd drive out there, man. I really would. I think it's dangerous flying into Oshkosh. I do. They always have 2, 3 planes that crash, running into each other. You got a bunch of yahoos, that weekend warriors, and it's busier than holy hell. planes all over. I just really, I know it's I'm talking like an old guy now, but I mean, if I was your dad or his dad, I wouldn't want you flying into a place like that with a bunch of amateurs where it's busy and they're nervous and it's not like normal controlled airspace. Just drive out there. Oh yeah, go look on YouTube. It's crazy. They call out like the color of your plane, tell you to rock your wings. Blue plane, go behind the white plane, this kind of stuff. And if it's like a windy day, I mean, there's a lot of incidents. I saw planes crash there, warbirds one time. Yeah, it's chaotic. Now, 99.9% of the people go in there and nothing happens to it, but you just have enough amateurs there on a busy day. And to fly into Oshkosh, I don't want to say it's complicated, but this isn't something that you wait to figure out when you get there. You got to fly over all these places and these checkpoints. And it's not just like a normal flight someplace. And you don't where you call 10 miles out and report your position. You got 500 people coming in at the same time, and you need to be coming in a line. And I see people do that. You just have idiots flying in there, don't know where they're at. Think they're in one town, they're over another. It's just crazy. I think it's dangerous. I do. But that'd be that's not that bad of a drive for you. Wisconsin's pretty too. You could cut through Michigan. You'd probably be bored to death. Especially, I wouldn't take a baby out there either. It's just like noisy and there's not much to do other than like just really be into airplanes. They have like shows in the evening and like you look at like the latest nav equipment, all sorts of static displays. I mean, if you're not really into airplanes, you'd probably be better off just staying home. You get bored there, if you're not, most women aren't. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Yeah, I've been to Hawaii before. That's an ass kicker plane ride too. I mean, I think Hawaii is overrated. Super expensive too. I didn't think it was worth it. I mean, it was cool. I'm glad I went there, but I never go back there again. There's just as nice a places, way closer and way more reasonable. Not that crazy, like forever plane ride. I mean, everything's a massive ripoff over there. All food. Alaska's the same way. It's nuts. I liked Alaska. I mean, I've been everywhere in Alaska, but I wouldn't want to live there. I wouldn't want to live in Hawaii either. Yeah, you can do that, but there's a lot of like weird strings attached to those deals. The 30, $50 a night, they don't tell you it's like 11 miles to the bathroom and you stand in line 2 days for a shower. You know what I mean? They're marketing the good part about it. Yeah, I mean, I think it's beautiful. Did you go to Lindbergh? Did you go to Maui? Yeah, no, there's certain shit like that. Like there's a national seashore down between Pensacola and Panama City. Excuse me. And you look down there, it looks just like paradise. Just the most bluest water and white sand you've ever seen in your life. And they say you can camp on the beach, but I can't imagine. You must have to do like a lottery. It's just like Alaska. They say, you see those bears where they're grabbing the salmon with their mouth in the stream. Yeah, it's a lottery system. Like one out of every 10 billion people get to do that. It's run by the Park Service. But when you're seeing these pictures and these movies and stuff of Alaska, you just think, oh yeah, we'll go over there, we'll do that. We'll buy some salmon, throw it to the bear. I know a lot of people that live in Alaska never even saw a bear. It's another myth. And people think when you go to Alaska and there's going to be a moose licking your hand out of your hotel uh, room window. Bullshit. Anchorage has just as much crime and dope and theft and weird shit as New York City and Detroit. It's a shithole. Anchorage is. Oh, volcanoes here, they were cool. Yeah, they got them. I didn't see any though. I don't think any of them are active there. They get those tsunamis, and Alaska's beautiful though. I mean, I do recommend to people an Alaska cruise. You can just sit on your ass and just see beautiful stuff. And to go on that inside passage, Glacier Bay and stuff, you have to take a cruise. Alaska's not a state where you just drive up the coastline like California. You can't do it. You got to take these ferries, which is a pain in the ass. But I highly recommend an Alaska cruise. Now you do need to put up with the rip off, tourist trap tours where you can go get a plastic totem pole and some fudge and all that shit in all those cities on the west side of Alaska. But you'll go to Denali, and I think Denali's not that great either, to tell you the truth. But a cruise in Alaska is absolutely stunningly beautiful. No rough water. I went on a cruise, and I've been everywhere on my own there, all the way up to Barrow. I've been everywhere in Alaska, all down through the Aleutian Islands. But it was over about like 11 trips. I've been dropped off for 3 months, lived off the land one time. That was a big mistake too. Oh yeah, Alaska's really super good. Super. It's truly the last frontier. It really is. It's beautiful. But I'll tell you this about Alaska too, and that is that once you get interior Alaska and you get away from the water and the coast, it's like anywhere else. I think Mount McKinley, Denali, I don't think it's that great. I don't. I think state parks are better. And most of the time it's cloudy up there. But if you go, that's why a cruise, I think you get the biggest bang for your buck. Fairbanks is like, all right, but those towns are nothing to write home about. They're not. It's like nothing great. But the cruise is like great. And there's no other way you're going to see that part of the world without being a big ass ship. Plus, you get to like sleep and shit at night, and like, fuck, it's the way to go. You get a big bang for your buck on doing that. All this crazy wildlife. I mean, you see bald eagles up there like sparrows around here. Whales, all this shit. Like cabbage, like 100 pounds. The sea otters up there are like 200 pounds. Anything up there is like jumbo. Fucking mosquito is like 4 pounds. I mean, it's really cool. But you would love a cruise, and it's not a bunch of Kid Rock, doper, smoker, partying hillbillies that get in a fight and they can't find him. They realize when they get to the next port, where are you? Well, it doesn't take a detective to figure out they probably got drunk, passed out, and fell over the rail. My cruise left. I had one leave from Seattle and one leave from Vancouver. Almost all of them leave from Seattle. It's a fucking pain in the ass to live in Vancouver now with that Canadian shit. And you're getting on the boat anyway. Vancouver's a beautiful city. It's nice to visit. But with all this new bullshit and these, border crossings and all this shit, I'd go from Seattle and you don't need to worry about anything. You're in the United States the whole time. Yeah, everything's huge up there. Moose, all that shit. It's really beautiful. I mean, it's really the last frontier, seriously. And I think it's cheap when you consider how much it costs to go to Alaska otherwise. It is. It's a lot. Especially up in the real remote areas like Barrow, top of the world, way up 320 miles inside the Arctic Circle. Fucking tacos. Like, I was up there in like 2000 last, and I only went up to those northern spots like once because it's so crazy expensive. I mean, basically, it's science things. And it's the top of the world. It's as high as north as you can get. And like a fucking taco is like, one taco is like $16. Gallon of orange juice is like 34. Fucking tuna fish sandwich is $25. Everything's like that. It's just like it is. I rented an old beater car up there. That's not even a bigger area up there. And it was like fucking $250 a day to go like 8 square miles. I mean, it's really out in the middle of nowhere, but I wasn't going to walk. And when you're up there in the summer, it's the home of the midnight sun. The sun doesn't even get below the horizon in the summertime. It's kind of cool, really. Yeah, definitely do a cruise. Do that. 4 pound. Yeah, stuff is huge up there. Everything is giant. The bears. I think it's Bergman's principle. The further north of the equator you go, the bigger things get. And that's for metabolism, the ability to live through long, cold winters, blah, blah, blah. Whether it's a deer, a bobcat, whatever. Yeah. I can tell you all the good places to go. Montana's gorgeous. It's really beautiful. I'll tell you a nice, cheap, fun place to visit. Lexington, Kentucky in the spring. Beautiful. And you're going to laugh, but Fort Wayne, Indiana. It's a nice town. Glacier National Park's gotten too busy. Now it's a lottery system. You got to make a reservation to go there. It's a bunch of bullshit. I've been to all the national parks pretty much. Photographed them all in the winter as much as I could. Canada's beautiful. If I were you, I'd go to Canada. You ever get down around Nova Scotia? Go down over there. That's nice too. Go to the Bay of Fundy. That's not that far from you. Nova Scotia, the Bay of Fundy. The strongest tides in the world. They had the Digby scallops. These huge, great scallops. That'd be a nice trip for you guys, couple-day trip. Go to the Bay of Fundy. Really a cool place. You got to wear like earplugs when the tide comes in. These lights go off, sirens. It used to drown a lot of people, but now they have like these a lot of warning systems. That's a really nice trip down around there. Everywhere in Montana. I've been everywhere in Montana. Yeah. Tell you a super beautiful route. You go up and you cut through Duluth, Minnesota, and head west on Highway 2. You'll see it goes up across just south of the Canadian border. You can take it all the way out to Kalispell. Beautiful. It's like the old days. My favorite little town out there is Havre, Havre. Yeah, I've been everywhere in everything you can do. Yeah, Bay of Fundy. No, you can have an enhanced driver's license. They'll let you over there with an enhanced driver's license. But the Bay of Fundy is super interesting. Strongest currents in the world. You can take these boat rides with these specialty boats, that don't turn over. They drive like lunatics when the tide comes in. It'd be fun as hell. I didn't do it because I was really doing a lot of photography when I was there. But the Bay of Fundy is fascinating. I mean, to think you're within driving distance of the strongest tides in the world. It's crazy. I'd love to do like time-lapse videos out there with some my GoPros and my new camera. I think you'd really enjoy it. Have fun. It's fascinating. And you get a big bang for your buck, that I don't know what the exchange rate is now with Canada. And they're used to people from the East Coast coming up there and not going to fuck with you at the border much. Some things. No, I really don't, because back when I was doing the majority of my travel like that, I printed them. They didn't have the internet. But I do have like tons. But you'll see tons of my photography on my YouTube channel, at least in the last 15 years. But not of the places that well, yeah, there are quite a few of them from Montana and stuff, but none of the Alaskan ones. I'm not really into color photography that much, to tell you the truth. And even though I like animals a lot, I'm not going to spend 3 weeks sitting outside trying to get 2 rare frogs fucking on a lily pad. Nuh-uh. I like them. I appreciate them. I like people that do it, but nuh-uh. I like blight, abandoned buildings, poverty. I like black and white. I like winter photography. And I did model photography only because they begged me to. They were in a jam for Eileen Wilson Modeling Agency in Chicago. I hated that too. Bunch of bitches. I don't like taking pictures of people. I don't like color too much. Auto shows, all that super boring shit. No, I like poverty, blight, homelessness, birds. But even them, once again, the birds, just like the lily pad story, not for me. Run and gun, man. I'm not spending any time. I like night. I like low light. Yeah. I know it. Yeah. I wasn't into that when I was up there. And I'll sound like a racist asshole if I say it, but let me give you an example. This will just kind of fill you in on where I'm coming from. So I'm staying up in Barrow. Even then, I stayed at the King Eider bed and breakfast, like fucking $400 a night 25 years ago. And it's like nothing. King Iter Inn in Barrow, Alaska. And I don't know how I'm going to phrase this. I'll just fucking tell you like it is. It's like Inuits in general in Alaska. It's just like kind of the hood. I don't know why. I mean, I'm not saying it's bad or good, but I'm staying in Barrow, and my hotel, my room, you could see out the back of the backyard of this place. And there's these dogs in these rusted snowmobiles, just a dump of a backyard. And shit laying all over. Dogs look like they didn't get fed and all this stuff. And I said, man, you ought to call the, so I tell the clerk, it's like, man, that fucking place is a dump. It's like, they ought to like do something about that. And she said, well, that's the mayor's house. So you follow me? And this sounds terrible. And I've done it in Montana before. But basically, in general, I'm not saying it's impossible to get like an interesting interview, but when you get out with the Native Americans or the Inuits up there in Alaska, it's just like the same old fucking shit. Lots of drugs, lots of booze, lots of poverty, lots of not much going on. And it's just honestly not that interesting. Now I just give, like, if I see homeless, I give them money, buy them a pizza, whatever the fuck, a bag of socks. And I don't even interview them because it's just, honestly, this sounds terrible, but I'm being honest with you, it's just too boring. I know it sucks. I sympathize with them. I buy them fucking shit all the time. I mean, almost every day, a coffee or a fucking sandwich. I'm fine with it. I'm happy to do it. They could be buying something for me. I'm glad to do it. But when it comes to my time and my frame of reference and my interest, I just find interviewing homeless people as boring as holy hell. I could give a fuck, to be honest with you. I'm sorry they're like that, but that's about it. It's just as boring. It's the same old story over and over and over. Oh, fuck yeah, they do. Yeah, super touchy about it. Well, I don't blame them. I mean, the white man hasn't exactly been kind to them. I mean, this fucking Black Lives Matter, you say one fucking thing, you'll fucking fire you from your job in Black Lives Matter. And I'm not saying they don't deserve protection and that it's bad and you shouldn't do it. But these Inuits and these Native Americans, these people have been getting fucked 1,000 times worse for 10,000 years in Canada and the United States, and no one does shit. Nobody gives a fuck. If you look at my videos, usually I'll tell you this. You'll notice this too when you do YouTube videos. I'll give you an example. And I noticed this the hard way. When you go out and you're doing interviews, and let's say I go out and interview 30 people, right? I can tell you exactly what the fucking demographics are going to be on who watches it. The cute young white girls get tons of fucking views. The blacks fucking don't get many views at all. And the fucking Indians get almost next to none, the Native Americans. I'll upload 100 videos and I can tell you pretty accurately. And I don't care if you reverse things. In other words, the Native Americans and the African Americans had the best, most interesting stories. They were the smartest people out there. Nobody gives a fuck. I mean, racism is alive and well. Looks matter. And you'll never find that more blatant than you do when you do YouTube interviews. Now, I'm not really like that. And I don't want to say I promised myself, but I can remember thinking to myself a couple of times, I'm not going to fucking be that way. I'm going to go out and I'll interview anybody about anything. And that's exactly what I did. But I knew when I went out there, if I was going to run it as a business proposition and you were trying to build a channel to make money, I wouldn't interview blacks at all. There's fucking no money in it, female or male. And going out and interviewing Native Americans, which I found fascinating, there's no fucking money in that either. Nobody watches them. Nobody listens to them. And on YouTube, you can look through the click-through rate, how long they've watched. It's fucking nothing. That just goes to show you how people feel in general when they're at home on their own computer and nobody's watching, what they're really watching. Yeah, I got data on it. I know. When you're at home and you can click on and off the damn thing whenever you feel like it, or you don't need to click on it at all, nobody knows about that but you or YouTube. The problem is I know that you're not watching it, but I don't know who you are. It's as clean as information can get. It's just the fucking way it is. You get blonde, blue-eyed Maddie as an example. Blonde, blue-eyed, big-titted, good-looking prostitutes. Oh, they need a break. They need help. Do they need a place to stay? What is their PayPal? Do they need a temporary place to live? This is super fucking sad. You get like black girls, overweight, white women. They'll tell them, why don't they join a gym? They made choices. It's nuts. It's the way it is. It's really bullshit. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Yeah. That's exactly what it is. And there's a whole cachet of people, like when I'm down there fucking around, that there's a lot of, like, you always got a lot of creepers in the background. Older men. There's a lot of older men down there that, this is no bullshit, they'll pay the going rate for a prostitute just to like have her put her head on his shoulder and like cry and hug her and shit. There's certain male personalities out there that I don't know whether they never got to be daddies or what the fuck, but it's kind of like geisha girls in a way. No sex, just like hold their hands and buy them like clothes, and yeah, it's like that down there. But everybody wants to help the good-looking young girls, like Marguerite. Do you remember her? Everybody wanted to give Maddie, hey, you need a room? I got an extra room. Not with fucking, not with Marguerite. No fucking way. She was a 65-year-old over-the-hill lady with no teeth. Nobody had an extra room for her. They had, the room was filled up. It's just some bullshit. It just goes to show you what animals people are when it comes right down to it. They are just like any other bass wanting to eat a worm, or a fucking pheasant wanting to eat a kernel of corn, or a human wanting some sex. The same damn shit. Bullshit. Indian Liz, yeah. Yeah. Indian Liz was an anomaly, though. She was kind of a cute girl that talked a lot of shit. She did, but, and fucking crazy, on top of it. Yeah, that's true. Indian Liz was an anomaly. She got a disproportionate amount of attention for a Native American girl. She did. But I'll tell you this, if Indian Liz would have weighed 350 pounds, you'd have never heard of her. It's just the way it is, man. I mean, the world is like, yeah. Oh, that's exactly right. Better believe it. That's exactly right. It's a fact of life. Yeah, it's true. Like I was talking earlier, that singer in Ann Arbor, Laith Al-Sadi. Big, fat Arab with that slays a guitar. He's absolutely fantastic. But, I don't know whether they think it's 9/11, Al-Sadi. They think that he's trying to overthrow. Fuck, who knows? All I know is that people don't seem to have too much of an interest in him, despite his musical talent. What the fuck else is left? I mean, look at all these motherfuckers. Ricky, what's his name? Who's that gay fucker singing? He used to sing those songs, Ricky, whatever his name is. Look at Billy fucking Ray Cyrus before he went nuts. All these fucking people are good looking. To an extent. You don't need to be like the best looking guy in the world, but you need to be like good looking enough to pull this off. You're going to get like anomalies like Elton John, or, just some ugly motherfucker, or like Susan Boyle. But by and large, it's going to be tied to your looks, because, when it's in a competitive market like that, it's just like marketing reps, pharmaceutical reps. They're good looking guys, good looking girls. Why? Because even when you're getting bugged and you don't have time, if it's a good looking girl or a good looking guy, you're going to give them a shot at coming in just by being a human. I mean, who are they going to send? Fucking Mama Cass to start new accounts? Choke her on a ham sandwich? I mean, it's fucking terrible. I mean, is it terrible? I mean, I shouldn't even say it's terrible. It's a fact of life. you know? I'm the same way. No, I'm the same way. I see 10 times better looking women in a mall than I see it in a Miss America, but even college cheerleaders to me have gone to hell. I think you gotta be kinda like 20 pounds overweight and kind of a fucking nerd now to be a cheerleader. Yeah, things have changed. I can't even tell you one fucking, uh, Hollywood actress that I think, "Wow, she really looks good." I mean, they all got these fucked up looking lips and this Botox and these whacked out tits, these butt implants, and they just look like fucking, like, animated. Like, I mean, what the fuck has this Lady Gaga done to herself? I mean, she just looks like a chemical experiment. I mean, fucking Joan Rivers looks better than Lady Gaga, and she was a fucking 100 years old. I mean, what is wrong with these people? I mean, they don't even, like, look attractive. Yeah, this fucking Lady Gaga, I mean, what the fuck is going on there? What'd she drink, like a fucking 3 cc's of mercury every morning? Oh, they're so ugly. Oh my god, no. Yeah. Yeah, I know, used to be gorgeous. Yeah, used to be super attractive. Yeah, I can't even and, like, look and then you look at, like, Brooke Shields, she always looked like she had a dick. Look at Arnold Schwarzenegger's wife, looked like she had a big fucking schlong. No wonder he was fucking the maid, made perfect sense to me. There's a bunch of them out there like that, they're not even, like, that good looking. You look at these Hollywood movie stars, like, they marry these women, like that one Tom Cruise is married to, or that Keith Urban, these fucking women, I wouldn't even they'd have to pay me to take them out. I mean, they're just not attractive. Even the beauty contests have gone downhill. They're not that great either. I mean, they're attractive women, I'm not saying, but they're not like the old days, like, Raquel Welch and some of those people. I'll tell you that was fucking super hot, Mary Tyler Moore. I'll tell you had a fucking rocking body too, Ruth Buzzy from, Laugh-In. There were a couple of those old women on Saturday Night Live that had, like, rocking fucking bodies. Now it's all, like, Botox and surgery and, god, fat farms. Yeah, no, there's some of yeah, good looking. I don't think those ones the royal, William and his buddy, those women aren't that good looking either. Boy, the one that's married to the older one, Kate, boy, she has really aged. I don't know whether it's been that chemotherapy from cancer or what, but boy, I'll tell you who's really gotten old looking. That old testosterone's dropping off now. She's heading towards menopause, and that is uh, the one they got pictures of in a hotel. Aaron, not Aaron. What's that? Aaron, what's her name? The female sportscaster. She's starting to look old. Aaron, what's her name? The sportscaster that they got nude pictures of at a hotel. Aaron, it's not Aaron Rodgers. I know that. I always think that. Aaron, what the fuck is her name? Yeah, she's starting to look old. And so's that the white girl, that Clarissa Thompson. She was really cute too, and she's starting to look old too. It's that estrogen dropping off. Yeah. I mean, I'm not knocking them. It's just a thing with aging. Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. Yeah. What are you going to do? I can't name you one either. I can't tell you one that is like really, even the ones that were kind of cute for a while, they're just not that great anymore. The hell's the world coming to? And you would think, compared to like the 50s and 60s before they had the things that they have now, that they look better than ever, but they don't. And these like Fox and CNN anchors, I bet you wouldn't even recognize them without makeup. They're not like attractive women. They're kind of plain Janes, not that good looking. They must spend like hours on making look as good as they do, and they're still not that good looking. Like they're dark haired women, they've turned into blondes, and it just doesn't look right. Like they must have like spray guns and stuff for foundation. But I see over the years they have come up with filters for digital TV, which was a big problem for a while. I was looking at pictures of Kathy Lee Gifford when she was younger. Looked really good too. I don't think Taylor Swift is like one bit sexy at all. Yeah, that must be with the guys. That must be like how you get sold that when you're young and there's just nothing else to compare it to. You know, I can't figure it out. I guess I guess it's maybe the look's just different for young guys now. I don't know. I don't see anything that great. Yeah, hard to say. I'll tell you who the plastic surgeon did a good job on, though, is that Ozzy Osbourne's daughter, that Kelly. Boy, whoever they hired deserves an A plus. She was actually really cute for a while. I haven't seen her lately, but whatever plastic surgeon that was definitely earned their pay. And Sharon, I mean, she looks like a damn. She ought to be in a wax museum now too. And look at Dolly Parton. My God. I'll tell you who I thought the Judds, the mom and the daughter. The mom was way better looking than the daughter, but I thought she was a really pretty woman. And that Ashley, the good looking one, she's not so good looking anymore either. But I think she had some kind of autoimmune disease or something, and she like broke her leg or something in a skiing accident. Do you really? See, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think she is. I don't think she looks to me like a puppet. Like she ought to have like strings on her head and stuff. She's got tattoos all over her arms, which is why. Hey, Frisky, which is why she wears long sleeves. And she lied about having those big fake tits for years. Pam Anderson. Yeah, I agree. I still think she's an attractive woman. I know a guy that ran into her one time in person, said it was the most flawless female body he'd ever seen in her life. Just the most gorgeous skin. She's like dating a pipe fitter or something now. Who was that first fucker she married to, the Motley Crue? I bet he was pipe fitting her. Tommy Lee. I mean, I just don't know how a guy, when you look at her history with men, I don't think I could get my mind off all that shit. It's great. You're not wearing makeup now and you got your big fake tits taken out, but holy shit. No, I know. Well, they did at the beginning because she covered them up so much. Yeah, you believe what you want to believe. It's like when you believe what they want to believe. If you're really into something and you really like them and it really like motivates you, you want to believe it. You want it to be true. I was talking to a buddy of mine the other day. Him and his wife are having a hard time, and she's been going through this depression, and she's sensitive about everything, and she was making comments about incidents when she was growing up, and I said, man, that seems like a bunch of fucking bullshit. And he said, yeah, I think it's bullshit too. He said, but she wants it to be true, and there's an element of truth to that. She wants that narrative to be true, so therefore you can rationalize, and this justifies your behavior and why you're a fucking lunatic. Plastic surgery. Yeah. Plastic surgery. That's one thing you can never, it's just like dick length, with old boyfriends. Women here of all guys. Now, you could go to guys and we're sitting around, you're having a couple of beers, and it's like, hey, Tom, how would you like to have a dick the size of Johnny Watts? It's like, yeah, fuck yeah, I would. Yeah, I would. It's like, how much is one of those? It's like, that's 10 grand. It's like, yeah, I could fucking do that. Maybe get a part-time job or something like that. But when you talk to women, they will lie their fucking ass off about fake tits. They will give you every bullshit fucking explanation in the world as to why they really got them. The biggest one of them all, it makes dresses look better. Yeah, okay. Yeah, how about better looking guys sucking on them? Does that ring a bell? Yeah, I know why you get fucking big tits. Same reason I wanted a bigger dick, but they don't tell you that. Well, I just look better in dresses, and I used to like exercise a lot, or I've had 9 kids. No, yeah, they do. They lie about it. They lie about fucking everything. Yeah, they do. But it's just, it's so blatant and so transparent that why a guy, everybody would, you wouldn't have struggle with wanting to know why a normal guy wanted a big dick. Everybody gets it right away. No explanation needed. But when it gets into women, they want to be so far away on explaining away why they got big tits compared to the no-brainer on why a guy wanted a big dick. It's just such bullshit, you know? I mean, you just like it's like in the dick thing. When's the last time you ever were driving down the expressway and saw a big billboard? Want to make your dick smaller? Question mark. We can do it. Fucking never, never. But how about tits? They ever show some little A cup? You ever see some big like strip club and they show just a bunch of trainer fucking bras on these flat chested women? Hey, we've got 13 of the most gorgeous women in the world, and they all got like these fucking like a 9-year-old fucking bikini tops. And what the fuck? You know what I mean? I mean, why is this still like such bullshit? You go to a topless bar to see some big old fucking tits. Yeah, there's going to be exceptions, I know, but generally, you're not like getting your elbow and touching your buddy. And it's like, wow, look at over there. I bet those are just A cups. It's like, wow, what a set of A cups. Aren't those great? Like Playboy. You think you'd ever fucking heard of it? If the girl of the month or whatever they called them, bunny of the month, whatever the fuck it was, they all were A cups. How about a magazine just devoted to A cups? That's bullshit, man. And then a guy like me brings it up. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. You're shallow. You guys, big tits. How about personality? Just fucking never ends. You just wish you hadn't brought it up. You can't win. Oh, that's all the thing. If you want a guy with big tits, why don't you find one? Hey, we're all looking for one. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to open a strip club, and it's going to be the home of the A cups, and we'll see how long it takes to go fucking broke. How about porn movies? Yeah, yeah. We specialize in flat-chested women. Yeah, it'll be a real fucking record setter, won't it? It's just, I mean, I'm not saying there isn't. I know there's good women out there with no tits. I get this, so don't slaughter me over this. I'm just saying in general. It's like bald heads compared to nice thick heads of hair. You know? I mean, can you imagine like all these fucking people? Imagine David Bowie if he had a head of hair like Gallagher. Yeah. Like the comedian. A lot of these fuckers. Roger Moore, male pattern baldness, looked like fucking Neil Sedaka. I mean, this fucking shit matters. How about Arnold Schwarzenegger? He just had a clown like male pattern baldness before he was Mr. Olympia. It just shit doesn't fly. It's same with hair transplants, wigs, toupees, all that shit. How about, do you have signs? Do you see signs? Hey, let us make you let us make your hair look like Mr. Whipples. The guy that squeezed a Sherman. Let's make everybody look like male pattern baldness. For $3,900, we'll make a big bald spot on the top of your head. It's only $3,900. Yeah, fuck no. I mean, people are vain. Accept it. Look at facelifts and all that other shit. Breast lifts, enhancements, tummy tucks. What the fuck's left? All vanity. And the animal kingdom does the same thing. These birds are twirling in circles and doing all sorts of shit, fluffing up their feathers. Fucking fish swimming in circles, insects flying upside down, all trying to attract the opposite sex. Fucking insane. How come all this stuff just doesn't have great personalities that, are kind? Yeah. Because it doesn't do shit sexually, that's why. You know, when you're a single guy and somebody's trying to set you up and they keep talking about how nice they are, yeah, brace yourself. It's like she's got the greatest personality. I'm thinking to myself, what is that, 25, 50 pounds overweight? You're fucked either way. So it is. More questions than answers. Tits up. Pam Anderson actually seems, she's going to be in a new movie. I saw a little blurb on it. It seems like it's going to be good. Yeah, I think it's good. Any of you guys ever watch that movie, Florida Project? I recommend that movie. It's good. I think you'd really like it. Oh, who knows, Well, I think I'm going to go to bed by you guys. So it's good talking to you guys. I don't do these too much lately. I've been doing a lot of shit. I wasn't feeling that good besides working out, fucking around here. I mean, like tonight was a good crowd, but a lot of the times it's like people, honestly, I mean, you guys are fine, but there's people that come on here. I don't really feel like talking to them, to be honest with you. I see their name come up and it's like, fuck. I don't want to be a dick and block them while everybody's watching. Well, Frisky, you have a nighty night. Taylor Marie, good luck to you. Sounds like you're doing well. And good luck with your husband's flying. He'll do fine. Tell him to keep his driving record clean. Whatever you do, don't get a drunk driving ticket. I'm sure he won't anyway. I'm just telling you. And who else? Good to see So Tweety tonight. Jeannie, you have a good night tonight too. Oh, yeah, I tried. Yeah, what are you going to do? I don't, that shit doesn't really bother me that much. I mean, there's a certain person, my personality, and that's one of them. Like it does. I wished for a better outcome, but I'm not losing any sleep over it. It's the same like with the prostitutes and shit. I liked him. I'm one of the best for him. I'd have helped him if I could, but I don't really like lose any sleep on what happens to him. I mean, I go fucking crazy. Maybe it's some kind of protective mechanism. I don't know. I'm lucky that I don't just like, I mean, I'm nuts, but in a different kind of way. Fucking got the chicken, found it. What are you going to do? I think it was probably too far gone. Yeah, I think that's a good guess. Borderline personality. Yeah, I mean, when you look at these mental illness diagnoses, they're kind of like ebb and flow and that kind of thing. I do think I have that, but it's not an official diagnosis. But like I said, the DSM and all those things, those were all statistical manuals to keep insurance companies from ripped off, rather than you just go to a psychiatrist for the rest of your life. They were tired of paying these bills that never ended. So they made them define mental illness, which I'm not so sure is appropriate, but you had to do something. So now when you go into a shrink and you got insurance, like, well, what's Tom got? It's like, well, he's bipolar 2. Okay. Well, we'll pay for 18 months, then that's fucking it. Where before it's like you pay for 18 fucking years. And when you look at mental illnesses and how they're cataloged with regard to reimbursement, which is basically all that is, all of them like kind of intermingle, come and go, borderline personalities, bipolar 2, acute depression, narcissism. I mean, fucking, it's like a revolving door during the situation, your personality. So I just don't think it's necessarily accurate to just be diagnosed with one forever and that's it, and there's nothing else connected to it. Yeah, I think it's a bunch of fucking bullshit. It's like, before you were just, 50 years ago, you were a dumb, lazy, stupid son of a bitch. Now you've got PTSD and your fucking Boy Scout fucking instructor looked at your pee-pee one time in a plastic swimming pool and you've never forgot about it. I mean, fuck, I don't know. Just as fucking crazy as anybody else. I do think I have ADD. I do have a hard time like sticking to shit. Like today as an example, I bought this book on The moon and the sun. I read it till 2 in the morning last night. That's how I caught the daylight saving thing, because it switched till 3. And like while I'm reading a book on the sun and moon, I run in. I'll give you an example. One example. The Silk Road, which is a trade route from Europe to Africa. I heard of the Silk Road. No, so what do? I look up Silk Road. Then I find out the guy that's credited with finding some of these older maps for Copernicus and stuff. Then I start reading about this motherfucker. And before you know it, I ordered 3 books off a book I was reading based on stuff I didn't know about that I'd like to learn, rather than just stick to the one that I bought. That kind of shit. But the way I look at it, I mean, it's not that bad of a, I'm not out fucking robbing banks. I'm buying too many books, so I can live with it. But it's just as fucked up. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, she died in peace. But she did get up out of her bed, laid an egg the day before, got out of her bed. Your brain does some crazy shit when you're dying, just like people that are freezing to death. And she got up out of her bed and was in the corner with her head down. So, her body gave her brain some sensation. I don't know what it was, but obviously created some movement for some reason, which she hadn't done until then. And fuck, I don't know. But I wasn't, I was disappointed, but not like, I'm not suicidal over it. But I did kind of actually feel good. I took her out there and put her body out there, and the vultures ate every single bit of her, which is, to me, great. Yeah. That's another thing you could drive yourself nuts on. That same fucking day, I had grilled chicken nuggets at Chick-fil-A. I mean, the fuck? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you think about drive yourself fucking crazy. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was happy. I hope they eat me. I really do. I hope those fuckers eat me someday. Good night, Drifter. That'd be so much better than some stupid ass cremation or any of that shit. Yeah, so if you see a vulture flying around with a big 10-inch cock, think of me. Yeah, it's pregnant. It is. It really is. There's they call them. There's a name for that. Countries where they do that. There's a name for it. They take the dead bodies and they put them up, and the vultures eat them all. I think that'd be great. Wouldn't bother me a bit. I'm in the organ donor list. I mean, I don't know what's worth of shit. Believe it or not, I guess they can still use corneas. I figured if I donated my body, there's a lot of experiments. It's not like, what are you going to take off somebody my age? They're going to be dead too if they use any of my old parts. I mean, you don't take a brand new Corvette, get drunk, crunch it up, and go and look for parts off an old Volvo. Why would it be different with bodies? But with like old bodies, they just take them out and they like leave them out in the sun and stuff like that. See how long it takes for the like bugs to eat them. Yeah, human crash dummy. Yeah, stuff like that. Yeah, they could use like my face to see, how far the turn signal could make its way through the back of my amygdala. Before it broke the turn signal. Why not? And they could make stronger turn signals. Yeah. All right. Well, you guys, 99. Hope you have a good day tomorrow. It's supposed to be not rain. It's supposed to rain tomorrow. I'll sit around here, get something done. Hope I get the call to get my tooth pulled. Go party on. Jeannie, you 99. You guys have a good night. Taylor, you probably took off, went to Betty Bye. Taylor's got her whole young life ahead of her. And anybody else out there, and you stalkers, I'll block you if you say a comment. Say, good job tonight. Had enough sense to keep your mouth shut. You party on. Pug might have went to bed. Rock on, guys. Just kick it. Talk to you later. Let me know next time I talk to you how my new camera footage I uploaded. I'm going to go look at it when I'm in Betty Bye. Good idea. Oh, yeah. Take it with a grain of salt. You're getting what you pay for when you listen to me. All right. Have a good night. Good talking to you, Taylor. Good luck with your husband. And good luck with the baby. Congratulations.